What is going on, everybody, and welcome back. We are here on the free-to-play account, the Road to Max Rank, and we are going to do the new EZA for Global, the Super Saiyan 3 Bardock, the Super Saiyan 3 Bardock EZA. This guy is actually pretty decent. He has a lot of power behind him, and he is a proper leader for Super Saiyan 3, which, just, you know, kind of a friendly fact, is my favorite transformation, so I am very happy that this guy was introduced into Global. Now, I unfortunately do not have Super Saiyan 3 Bardock on my free-to-play account, but I do have him on my main account. And dude, I've been using him, and I love him. I love him. I think he's a fun unit to run. Is he like top meta, best unit in the game kind of material? No, right? But he isn't horrible. If anything, he's a lot of fun to run where you could run him, right? I think he has a lot of potential for sure. But other than that, let's go ahead and see this guy, and let's go ahead and do the event. You have to use a stored figures team. So the stored figures is actually pretty interesting. The only known one would have been Tapion and Mosha, but they have been replaced with the new Bardock that just came out on Global as well, the Tech Bardock. So if you have him, he is the better leader. However, you won't be able to run the LR Bardock, so you can do a lot of damage because this is an int character, and you're facing an int character, use a Fizz character, right? So, so you basically choose leader skill over damage. It's completely up to you depending on how your box looks. I'm going. I don't have that Bardock, so I don't have that problem on my free-to-play account. But even on my main account, I decided not to use that Bardock and went with these guys instead. And then did that. If you don't have either leader, there is some rainbow leaders here you could run. You could also run Pycon as your leader. He leads Super Class 3 Key 130 across the board. So you could run him instead, and you could still kind of do this the best of your abilities, right? Or you can run the Team Bardock squad. There's that as well. They're capable of it, but you might take a little bit longer to do it, if that makes any sense, right? So a lot of good stuff. Also, if you want to take the time to farm out the EZA for the Super Saiyan 2 Bardock, this Tech Super Saiyan Bardock, and the Fizz Super Saiyan Bardock, all their sub EZAs are available through the Mass Saiyan EZA, which is my man's right here. If you go ahead and get them done before doing this EZA, it's easier, right? Because then you run this Super Saiyan Bardock who does really good damage, and the Super Saiyan 2 Bardock who does really good damage. And it just, you could breeze through it a lot faster. I haven't done that, right? I want to do this EZA first, and then I'll go do the sub EZAs because there's a lot of farming. So let's go ahead and jump right in. This is the team I'm bringing. It's Tapion and Mosha, LR Bardock, Super Pycon, which pairs up very well with AGL Pycon, and then, you know, Super Saiyan 4 Bardock, who does very well in this stage, and I'm bringing King Vegeta because he's a Saiyan and he does decent damage, right? So let's go ahead and jump right in. Nothing much to say, and I'm bringing the Dokkan Fest Bardock, the new one that just came out, right? Let's go over his details. There really isn't anything too crazy in the form of strategy outside of, you know, hit him with the Fizz character as much as possible and don't die. So I like to do this. I like to pair up the Bardock with the Bardock himself, right? Because they share a lot of links. Let's see. Could I can get the 3 key. All right, sweet. If you get Pycon's buff, it's fantastic. So we're gonna go ahead and do this. Let's go over Super Saiyan 3 Bardock's details here. So Super Saiyan 3 Bardock, leader skill is Super Saiyan 3, category 3, and HP attack and defense 170 across the board. Super N-Tight 3 key 120 across the board for, right? So he's a good, you know, battlefield unit, and he's a good, right, leader for Super Saiyan 3 who don't have a proper leader when it comes to just Super Saiyan 3 category, right? Obviously, a lot of Super Saiyan 3s are like Goku, you know, I mean, Vegeta. Well, there's some Vegetas, right? But it's mostly Gokus and Gotens, right? For the most part. Obviously, there's some other Super Saiyan 3s that exist in the crossover stuff, but mostly it's Goku family, right? So there is some 200% leads for Super Saiyan 3s, kind of, right? Quotations, but not really, right? So we're just going to go ahead and auto this. His passive, well, let's do a super attack first. His super attack is raises defense for 1 turn, causes immense damage to the enemy, and seals. He is a guaranteed sealer, so he's fantastic for your Super Battle Road. his passive is 3 key attack and defense 100%, plus an additional attack and defense 100% when performing a super attack, which is very awesome. He supports super class allies with attack 50%, right? And launches an additional super attack when there is another power beyond Super Saiyan category ally attacking in the same turn. So this guy paired up with the Super Saiyan 3 counterpart, a Super Saiyan 2 counterpart, which is the sub EZA, right? Pairs up very well, right? In the form of being able to use 2 Bardocks. However, they don't, unfortunately, share a lot of links, which is weird. Do they not share links together? Hold on, let me find them. Yeah, Golden Warrior, Super Saiyan. Really? The wiki doesn't show that they pair up. He at least has what? Yeah, he has Super Saiyan, Experience 5, First Awakening. Oh no, he doesn't. He does not share. He does not really share that much. Like what? Two links? It's really bad. But it's like I'm thinking about Power Beyond Super Saiyan if you use the Bardock squad. And then this Bardock also supports, right? So it's like, oh, dude, the Bardock squad is crazy, right? Yeah, but I unfortunately do not have the Super Saiyan 3 Bardock. On the good side, I do have all of the sub EZAs for all the Bardocks. I have both Super Saiyan Bardocks and the Super Saiyan 2 Bardock as well. So I'm able to, I get a lot out of this celebration, right? When it comes to that, for the free-to-play side of things. All right, sweet. We get the PyCon one, which is pretty cool. So we want to do this. Let's go ahead and do this. We don't want, so if Bardock hits you, he does lower, I believe he lowers attack and defense. If he supers you, so I don't want my damage dealers to take that, right? Oh, I should go over Super Saiyan 3 Bardock's links. So his links are Super Saiyan, Prepare for Battle, Experienced Fighters, The First Awakened, Over in a Flash, Limit Breaking Form, and Fierce Battle. His categories are Pure Saiyans, Goku Family, Super Saiyan 3, Power Beyond Super Saiyan, Powerful Comeback, Bond of Parent of Child, Resurrected Warriors, Time Travelers, Stored Figures, Revenge, and Crossover. So he has some pretty like low-end categories that get a huge boost out of this. So like Stored Figures, Resurrected Warriors, Time Travelers, right? Super Saiyan 3, right? Despite the fact that there are, other really good Super Saiyan 3s that exist. But this Bardock definitely brings a lot to the table. The bad thing is he's not on the Team Bardock squad, which kind of sucks, but it's understandable. His best linking partner, quotation, is the Super Saiyan 3 Transforming Goku card from the Super Saiyan Goku, the AGO Super Saiyan Transforming one that goes through all the phases up to blue. The Super Saiyan 3 gets 5 out of 7 links with him. The next best one is the Int Super Saiyan Int Gogeta, shares 5 out of 7 links with him. And then the 2 sub EZAs Super Saiyan Bardocks share 4 out of 7, which is really good. And I think the big one here too is the AGL Super Saiyan Bardock, the Dokkan Fest one, the one that transformed into Super Saiyan, is 4 out of 7. And then this guy specifically, the AGL Bardock, is in line to potentially get an EZA within the next like couple of months. Like I can see him EZAing very soon, right? And his EZA is going to be crazy. Them two paired up with the Bardocks, with all 3 Bardocks rotated and stuff like that. Oh, dude, it's going to be beautiful. It's going to absolutely be beautiful. For crossover stuff, he links up 4 out of 7 with both full power, limit breaking Super Saiyan 4 Goku, and his Super Saiyan 4 Bardock counterpart, right? For crossover, those 2 are good, right? So you can put them on there as well. He also links up 4 out of 7 with the limit breaking Vegeta, right, from the same crossover team. And then obviously there's a bunch of Super Saiyan 3 Gokus and stuff like that, Super Saiyan 3 characters that share, limit breaking form, experience, First Awaken and stuff like that, which is very awesome. And Over in a Flash, Prepare for Battle, some super common, not generic, but like very common links in forms of Saiyans and stuff like that, which is pretty cool. So he's a good linking partner for a lot of the game, right? For the most part. I think the big one, I think like a big hidden gem that isn't seen here, if you're looking more in the Super Saiyan 3 category, is definitely the LR Super Saiyan 3 Goku. The tech one he shares 4 out of 7 links with him. Now, that might not be like the craziest thing in the world, right? But you got to understand, this guy is one of the oldest one of the oldest summonable LRs that doesn't have an EZA. And he is one of the biggest anticipated ones in my book. Because, dude, this guy can be insanely good. I can see him beat a ridiculous big-ass monster, right? And because this Bardock supports Superclass with 50%, I can see the Super Saiyan 3 Goku hitting, like, stupid numbers, right? And the Super Saiyan 3 Goku links up pretty well with, like, a lot of the game as well. Because he is a Goku and he's a Super Saiyan, he's Super Saiyan 3, right? So he links up very well with a lot of characters. But his team in particular would be really cool, right? I'm very excited for that Goku. I'm very happy with this Bardock as well. Let's go ahead and finish up. I unfortunately do not have him, so I can't show you a build that I would want for him. My version of this build would literally just be additionals and dodge. Like, I would go over doing additionals and dodge, because he's a ceiling character and he gets a lot of his power and gets defense and stuff. When he launches a super attack, he can already double super. If you fill out his full passive, he can already double super. If you give him a triple super, he can do really good damage, right? So this guy is already really good. So if you build him with additionals, you emphasize that ceiling power that he has for, like, Extreme Super Battle Road, Battlefield, stuff like that. Maybe some other events that exist or will exist in the future. And then you obviously emphasize his defensive raise for 1 turn, right? When you multiple super attack with him, right? The dodging aspect is good on most, if not all, characters in the game. Because it's just dodging, right? Dodging is a very powerful mechanic, right? So building him with both that side is really good. I mean, you could put a little bit of crit into him because, you know, he's going to do a lot of damage. But I think emphasizing and building him in his strengths, which is his ceiling capabilities, and his support capabilities, which is an additional and dodge side of things, is so much better than building him on the crit side. Now, you can go totally crit build and all that stuff and do big boy damage. That's totally fine. Though it may not be the best idea in the world, because he's not going to do anything too crazy, right? He's not hitting like 15 million, right? It's like, and where he crits, it's a lot, right? It's like he's hitting numbers at like an average of like 8, right? Which is still pretty good, especially if you can triple super, right? But again, he doesn't really have any crazy defensive capabilities at all, right? At all. If he stacked defense, you know, I would still suggest the same, right? Maybe less on the dodge and more on the crit, right? Because he can stack defense. But he doesn't. So it kind of holds him back a little bit, which really sucks, man. I was really hoping that this Bardock would actually be pretty insane. If anything, just get defense when he takes damage or something like that, right? I was expecting a little bit more with this Bardock when he first got released, but nonetheless, he still does good numbers, which is pretty awesome. So let's go ahead and finish up this stage and stuff like that, and then we should move on. But that's how I would build him. I would build him with additionals and dodge. Maybe a balance of both, if not, you know, more on the dodge side of things than the additionals, right? Just to give him a little bit more defensive capabilities than he already doesn't have, right? So there is that for him. Because he does support, dude. And he gives a big support. 50% is not something to be like, nah, he's fine. It's a big thing, right? It's a very, very big thing. So building him with dodge building him with the dodge so he can be on the field a little bit better and flowing them off is definitely a good thing, right? Wow, we're not finishing off this rotation. Wow. It took 4 turns, really? Just bad crits, I guess. Bad crits and bad additionals, but we're done this rotation. Yeah, another thing, getting to stage 77 on this one would be difficult. Because there isn't like some crazy unit you can use, right, within stored figures outside of physical Bardock, right? However, if you do use the Bardock squad, not the Bardock squad. Oh no, stored figures is interesting. Hold on. Can I pull up the category? Hold on. I don't have all the stored figure characters. Before we go out, before we leave here, let's... Where is it? Where the hell is it, dude? I can never find what I'm looking for. I mean, if you have Tora... I mean, yeah, you have all this... Yeah, you have Super Saiyan 3 Bardock, you have the Super Saiyan 2 Bardock, you have the Super Saiyan Bardock, you have another Super Saiyan Bardock, you have the new Bardock that come out, and then plus Tora, Super Saiyan 4 Bardock. I mean, if you just run a Bardock squad as to the best of your abilities with LR Bardock, maybe Pycon for support, it can work. I can see that. I can see getting 77 to be as best as possible. Interesting. Alright, so that's pretty much it. Let me know what you guys think of the Super Saiyan 3 Bardock. Do you like him? Do you hate him? Do you think he could have been better? Are you excited because it's Super Saiyan 3 Bardock? Are you a fan of Super Saiyan 3? Let me know in the comments below. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace! Take care.